Hello all. Right, this video's for Paul. And he asked me a question. He said, do I book a job in the afternoon when I've got a job for the morning? And it's kind of an apposite question because I've just done it. It's a tricky one. It really depends an awful lot, because the thing is, you want to minimise your dead miles and you want to minimise your dead time. So, for example, a job I've got this morning, I'm picking up in Aston Clinton, not far from the house, and it's going to Swindon. So the next thing I'll do then is, once that's all booked, I'll go and I'll have a look to see if there's a job coming out of Swindon for round about the time I'm tipping. Now, I'm due to have a collection time here is 9 o'clock. I've got here at 8 o'clock. I'm hoping to get it on a little bit early, although they've got a 6-axle in front of me. And then I can be down to Swindon. So say I'm loaded by, you say it's now 8:20, so I'm loaded by about 9:15, down to Swindon by 11:15. The next job needs to be picked up by 12ish. So that's cool. I can get tips, I can get in there. What I did when I rung the job, I spoke to the lady and I said, right, here's the situation. Always communicate, always talk to the shipper and go, I'm going to be here now. I should be loaded by this time. I should be in Swindon by this time. I should be unloaded by this time. If anything goes wrong, like I said, if anything goes wrong at the loading point and they take a long time to load me, I'll be straight back on the phone and give you a chance to repost the job. In which case, I can then ring her up and go, I'm ever so sorry. I was hoping to be loaded by now. I'm looking like being an hour and a half getting loaded. In which case, I'm not going to be to your job in your time. What do you want to do? They may go, thanks for letting me know, I'll repost it. They may go, I'll ring the customer to see how flexible they are with the collection time. But the advantage of having a job booked on the end of your job is it means that when you finish your first job, you're not then pulling out to the side of the road and waiting for 20 minutes, waiting for the next one to ping up. It's all fine if there's loads of jobs on the CX, but if there's not, you're waiting for the next one to ping up. You tip, you drive straight to the next one. You collect, you tip again. I never tend to book more than one job at a time, because if you book like the first job and then that'll drop there, and then the second job and that'll drop there, and then the third job and that'll drop there, and the first one goes wrong, you're going to let two people down, not one person down. The other advantage I have is the fact that it's easy for me to actually, because I've got the Small Fleet app, to actually go to see what's coming out of where. But bear in mind, and I've done this video before, and I think it's an important video, which is the how to search loads from the area you're going to. So you can actually go on the mobile version of the desktop app and find out what's coming out of the area that you're going to. You can do it with future loads, you can do it return loads and future journeys. I personally find that a bit painful. I'd much rather do it on the mobile version of the app. But the most important thing is it's worth doing, because it keeps you flowing, it keeps everything moving, but keep the shipper in the loop all the way. Don't lead him to believe that you're empty and you live in Swindon and you're happy to go and fetch it at 11 o'clock. Tell him what is happening before it, and if anything, or her, it could be her, it's her in this case in fairness, and if anything goes on wrong along the way, get straight on the phone and tell them. That way you're covering yourself against any negative feedback and you're not going to let anybody down. So yeah, do I book jobs in the afternoon ahead of time? Yes. I don't tend to book an afternoon job if I haven't got a job for the morning, because then that's nailing your foot to the floor, and that's no good. Anyway, I'm hopefully going to go in here now. So cheers for your question, Paul, and take care, take money.